Memory popped into my head the other day. I was about 8 years of age. I remember I had a project at my school, and the project was for history. Come back in 3 weeks with a model Colosseum built. So I go home that day. I'm like 8 years of age. I say, Dad, the history. They want us to build a Colosseum, a little model for history. And he goes, yeah, no worries, I'm on it. And then we cut to the night before the deadline. I'm like, I just want to circle back on the Colosseum plan. And he was like, oh, yes, because he had definitely forgotten. And honestly, he was sitting at the dinner table. He looks on the floor, finds an empty wine box, flips it upside down, gets some scissors, and just starts cutting, like, lines around it, like little train track, kind of, I guess, columns. And then he just wrote the word Colosseum on the top. Like, there you go. I'm like, all right, I'm 8. This looks fine to me. I go in and I sit in history the next day with my sad box on the table and look around and go, I have miscalculated everyone else's abilities. I look around, everyone is like, they are like bringing their A game. My friend Matt Kiernan, he's got like one made of woods with like, with kind of like painted sort of details on it. My friend Ben Jarman, his is like mahogany, like next level. It's got like even a mini Colosseum with it. And I'm just sitting there with my sad wine box upside down. And I'm like, this is going to go badly. And so the teacher goes round and she starts giving everyone credits. I know like every school's different, but at my school they gave credits out. So she goes around and gives that kid 5 credits, this kid 5 credits, kid next to me 5 credits, me 5 credits. And I'm like, she is terrible at her job because I'm a kid and I know that this is not the same level as everyone else's. Cut to 3 weeks later, we have like an assessment and the teacher goes, is there anything you want to ask me? And I said, miss, I've got to be honest. How come, like, for that Colosseum thing, you gave me the same amount of credits as everyone else? I swear to God, she said to me, I gave you the same amount of credits as everyone else because I could tell you were the only person in class who didn't get any help from his dad. And I'm there going, not only did he help me, he was actually the mastermind of the operation. He spelt Colosseum with 4 S's, if I'm honest, so... She was like, this sad kid doesn't even have a dad. He just did this. He lives in that box. He flipped it upside down. He's a smart kid. But yeah, so I don't know. I'm definitely not going to be a protector. I'm not going to be a protector, Dad. I know that. I can't do the protect. In this country especially, I feel more than any other country, just the level of violence is just different to what I'm used to. Like, biggest example was I went to get my hair cut. I think it was last year I went to get my hair cut at the barber shop at the end of my street. And my barber, he's a nice dude, but he's like limping while cutting my hair. And he's like limping. I'm trying to bond with him. And I'd injured my leg on the weekend. So I go, oh, you're limping? You just injured your leg? I go, I injured mine on the weekend. I go, out of interest, how did you injure your leg? And he goes, I got shot on Friday. And I'm there going, oh, okay, cool. And he goes, how'd you injure your leg? And I'm like, co-ed soccer on Sunday, so similar dudes. And I said, can you just, do you mind elaborating? Because I'm from England, so I don't hear about people getting shot much. I go, how did you get shot in the leg? He said he was walking down the street outside. A guy gets out of a car, pulls a gun on him, puts it in his belly, goes, give me your wallet. This guy goes, nah, slams the gun down, bullet goes straight through his leg. I don't know if you've ever been halfway through a haircut and realised that your hairdresser might in fact be Jason Bourne, but it's quite exciting. I was like, that's crazy. And when you hear a story like that, as someone from the UK, it's weird. It's like affects your mind. It's like, it's made me realise, like, I missed something I never thought I was going to miss from the UK. Because people ask me all the time, you live in America now, Chris, like, what do you miss? Do you miss your friends? Do you miss your family? Do you miss, like, the cultural sort of heritage? I've started to miss something I never thought I was going to miss after hearing a story like that. And that is knife crime. I miss the good old days when people used to try and attack me with cutlery. Those are the good old days. Because what is stabbing when you break it down? It's just a bit of pointy tickling, isn't it? Just a bit of pointy tickling compared to being shot. And I know every part of the country is different, right? And you have different rules with the guns. Like LA, they've got kind of regulations. But I was doing some shows in Arizona recently, and they have no gun regulation at all in Arizona. I was doing a gig, and like every dude was sitting in the crowd, and they just had like a gun over their ear, just like a cigarette. Like, you better be funny, dude. I'm like, I try my best. The oddest part of that whole gig was one of the comedians backstage told me he had a gun in his pocket. I go, you've got a gun on you right now? He goes, yeah, man, protection. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. He goes, well, do you have a gun? I'm like, no. He goes, well, what are you going to do if someone comes up to you and they've got a gun? I said, mate, if I had a gun and someone came up to me with a gun, in about 3 seconds, that person's going to have 2 guns. They're going to have their gun and a brand new free gun. And a snazzy holster, if they're lucky. You guys have been so fun. And before I go, I just want to finish on this story. Someone tried to break into my apartment during the pandemic. The timing was very ironic. It was the first weekend of the Black Lives Matter protests. So the timing was very ironic, because in the day, I'm with everyone else, marching through the streets, going, defund the police! Cut to 10 p.m. that night, where I'm like, can we leave a little bit of funding for the police in my area to deal with this situation happening to me now? So me and my wife, we're in our apartment, mind our own business. I hear a voice outside the window, 10 o'clock at night, just go, I've been up here for 2 hours. I'm like, what? I walk outside and I look up and I see a man with a mask and no shirt on, which is a funny paradox, just wedged in the barbed wire on the wall, just trying to spin out like that, just like that, like a rotisserie burglar, just like there, trying to spin out. And he's shouting, when I come down there, I'm going to kill you. And I'm like, stay up there as long as you like, my friend. Stay up there. And then eventually the other people from the apartments nearby, we all come out. We're like, looking at this guy, what should we do? We're like, let's call the police. So I call the police. It takes ages to get through because they're busy with these protests. I eventually get through and I go, hey, man, there's a guy. He's threatening, he's going to kill us. He's in barbed wire right now. Just letting us know that he hates us and all this stuff. Can you send a police person down? And they were like, all right, how would you describe this man? And I'm like, if I was to use one word, it would be the word stuck. I would say stuck. They went, no, what does this guy look like? Like he's in so much pain, to be honest. He's bleeding and screaming. They went, no, what we mean is, what colour is he? Is he black or is he white? Now, I know that's like standard police questioning, but I was like, does it matter in this scenario? He's the one guy in barbed wire outside our apartment. There's not several men of several races. Like the police turn up, I'm like, ignore the Asian guy, he lives here, so... Just practicing some urban acupuncture on the weekend, right? We wait for like half an hour, and then the sirens happen, we're like, yeah! And then no police turn up. Promise you, the fire service came and there's like 12 firemen. I'm like, 12? Were they just doing a topless photo shoot or something? 12? But we're all there, and we're pointing at the guy. We're like, yeah, you're going to go to jail, buddy. We're like filming and pointing, going, sucker. And then the fire service, they put the little ladder against the wall. They go up the wall. And we're like, you're going to jail, laughing at him and stuff. And then all they do, the fire service, is get some wire cutters out, cut the barbed wire, and just let him run into the street. Like fishermen throwing a salmon back into a stream. We're like, I go up to go, dude, what are you doing? Aren't you going to arrest him? He goes, we're fire service, we don't have the jurisdiction. And I'm like, oh, but like, we were all like pointing and laughing at him and stuff, and he like definitely knows where I live, so that's a situation for me. Like, I wouldn't have done that if I'd known that you were going to do that. I go, what if he comes back? And he goes, well, the police are busy, so if he comes back, I suggest you police yourself. And I'm like, I am not Liam Neeson, so that's going to be an issue for me. And he goes, what did you want us to do? I'm like, I don't know, leave him up there, because then at least I knew where he was, you know, like a spider in the corner of the living room. You know he's there, you feel safe. So then I go into my apartment and I start looking for, like, what am I going to do if this man comes back to where I live? Like, what are my weaponry options? I'm British, I don't have a gun. So I start going, like, what can I hit? What can I use to defend myself? I start, like, weighing it up. And what would be what could I just... go into my, like, bedroom. I'm like, could I use the clock next to my bed, you know? Say something cool like, don't be alarmed, then smash him in the face. I promise you, the best weapon I could find was a mic stand. I own a mic stand. So I was like, all right, I'm going to use a mic stand. If he comes in, I'm just going to pick up the mic stand. I'm just going to... This is not me joking. It's really hard to pick up a mic stand. So I'm like, that's not going to be any... And also, if he's got a gun, that's going to be useless trying to do that. So I'm like, all right, My best bet is to try and use the mic stand, but I'm gonna have to use it to like freak him out. That's gonna be my best defense. So I decide, I'm like in bed, like awake, going, all right, here's what I'm gonna do. If I hear him come through the front door, I'm gonna get my mic stand, I'm gonna put it next to the bed like that. I'm gonna put the microphone in it, and I'm just gonna stand there and just wait in the dark. Just wait, probably bottom half naked, just Winnie the Pooh, just waiting there in the dark. How much more terrified would this man be if he goes through the front door, gets to my bedroom, opens the door, I'm there, I turn the light on and go, finally, an audience. That would freak me the hell out. Guys, thank you so much. I love doing this. You guys are great.